Hello tankers, welcome back to Motion RC. I'm James, and today we have another new release to the website, at least in the Pro version. This is the Heng Long 16th scale Tiger I S33 edition, and we had previously had this edition in only the upgrade, but now we've got the Pro version. And for anyone who's into Heng Long tanks, you'll know that there's two main editions. Again, we call it the upgrade. That's going to have plastic painted wheels and tracks and treads. Great as a display model, obviously functional RC model. You could definitely take it outside, play in some dirt, grass, what have you. But if you really want to get into some heavier terrain, want something with a little more weight on it, the Pro edition, that comes with unpainted wheels and treads, but they are full metal. So the sprocket, the idler, the road wheels, and the treads are all metal, so it makes it much more durable and capable to perform on much more rougher terrain. But both editions come with all the same stuff. So in this video, we're going to go through a quick unboxing. I'm going to turn on one of the tanks right here on the table, show you how everything works, and then we'll show you some footage of us outside having some fun with them. But all around, let's get started. So now, looking at the unboxing, again, you're going to see just the upgrade edition I pulled out of the box for you. They both come with basically all the same stuff. So when you pull these tanks out of the box, the tank itself is already made and painted. You're just going to put on all the accessory bits, and the accessory bits are exactly the same for both these tanks. So they give you a good, nice painted selection of accessory parts, from the shovels and the tools that you put on top of it to all the little ropes and tie pulls. They do have a couple hubcaps for the front wheels. All around, really, really nice, but really not too much, comparatively speaking, to some other tanks out there. There are other tanks where you're going to get more stuff to put on than this one. So I was really, if you're not into a tank that's going to have a lot of stuff to go on, then this one's for you, because Tiger I obviously is already a stunning tank, super popular, but it looks really good in the camo scheme. You will have to put the decals on. They give you a nice supply of decals, and they go on very easily. Couple of the German markings and the S33 itself peel right off. You stick it to the area you want it on, and then it peels right off. No problem. So I would suggest I would put those on first, because there are a couple parts on the tank, like some of the longer rope pieces, where they'll cover the decal, so you don't want to put those on first and then have to take them off to put the decal on. So do the decals first and then put on all the accessory bits. But all around, super nice. Now, also coming out of the box, every tank is going to come with some BBs. You're going to have some 6mm airsoft BBs, because these tanks can shoot the BBs, which is nice. You're going to get smoke oil. One thing about these Heng Long tanks, these upgraded smoke units inside, you'll see them in a little bit, but they produce a lot of smoke, and it's great. They give you a nice jar of oil, and that's going to last a long time. They also give you a charger, and the battery will be installed in the tank, not plugged in, but it'll be in the tank already, and you can access the battery underneath. But they do supply you with a battery and a charger. You have an IR sensor, and then you also get the transmitter, and the transmitter, standard Heng Long transmitter. The sticks themselves come separate, like in a baggie. You just pop the sticks in, which is nice for transport. And then you'll also see you do get a manual, and you do get a set of extra treads for your tanks. Whether you have the Pro version, you'll get extra metal ones, or the upgrade version, you'll get some extra plastic ones. So if you ever need to, if you get a broken link or something, you have a few spares to fix that. But all around, there's everything laid out of the box. So now let's plug one in on the table and show you how it works. All right, so I'm going to move the upgrade edition just off to the side here. Get rid of those parts, and we're going to play with the Pro edition, because this is the new one. Again, we have just some of the parts that are left over from when we built it. Move all that out of the way, and you see you got your transmitter and you got your tank. I'll even take the little guy out of the tank. You can paint him up and put him in. But now the way to power the tank, first things first, you want to put your battery, goes on the bottom. You'll see on the bottom, there's a little latch in the back here, and that is a little compartment that'll give you access to the battery itself. I already have mine plugged in. Good to go, and that's how you access your battery. So make sure you're charged up and plugged in, and once you're good to go there, you're ready to roll. Now your transmitter will take 6 AA batteries. You place those in the back. And when you're ready to go with the transmitter, once you're powered up, turn on your transmitter first. And then on your tank, on the top, there are 2 compartments here. This compartment here on the tank's left side will be where you will see your on-off switch. We'll turn that on. And now you will see the lights start flashing. That means that your tank is bound, but it is not armed yet. So when you turn on your tank and turn on your transmitter, nothing will happen. There is an arm button on these tanks. So the tank has a little lock button here. When I hit that button, you will hear the tank start coming on. It'll be left with whatever settings you had. So out of the factory, usually the volume's cranked up, the smoke unit starts out already on, so you could already see the smoke coming out of it. That's what's great about these new Heng Long smoke units, and you can hear the sound going. So let's just play with it a little bit while we have the sounds, because again, these tanks have a lot of great features, and one of them is that the sounds work for everything. So when you start driving the tank, you can hear that engine sound. If the tank yaws, so this is what we're going to do with our left stick. That'll yaw the tank left and right. That'll drive the tank forward and reverse. And then the left stick, that's gonna power your turret. That's gonna move the turret left and right. And then to move the turret up and down, you can move the turret. You have a smoke button on the left here. These 4 little buttons. One is S. I'm gonna shut the smoke unit off. That's coming up into my face. And then to lower the volume, you're gonna push and hold the volume button, and you're gonna go to your left stick, and you can shut the volume all the way off. So it'll still drive, but we'll turn the volume off so you can hear me. And then lastly, you do have your guns. This is how you're gonna fire the gun. So I'm gonna bring the volume up just a little bit. So the left button is gonna fire your machine gun, and you will see the machine gun also has an LED light that will fire from the machine gun. And then when you push both buttons, you get the barrel recoil on this model, and that will fire the BB at the same time. So I'm going to bring the volume down. When you have this loaded with BBs, where you load this up is going to be in this top hatch. You open this top hatch, and you'll see that there's a little trough, if you will, inside there. And you're going to fill it up with BBs until until you see that they don't want to go down anymore. And that'll give you as many shots as you need through that function. So that's where that goes. And then the other door on the top, that's going to be where you're going to put your IR sensor. So the other cool feature about all Heng Long tanks and most 16 scale tanks on the market today is that they do have an IR game that you can play. So there are tank clubs out there where guys, want to shoot at each other, but basically you don't fill it with BBs. You plug in your IR sensor, and then there's a magnet on the tank right there, and the IR sensor itself is magnetically driven. So when this is on, if you have another tank with your IR sensor going, when you shoot and you register a hit, the entire tank shakes. And after about 5 hits, the tank will actually de-arm itself. It'll shut down, and you got to push the lock button to start it up again. But it's a little game you can play that's really fun when you have multiple people with multiple tanks and some terrain and some places to hide, things like that. But all around, just an extra cool addition about these RC tanks that people love. So again, to go over everything, you got lights, sound, smoke, proportional controls. So the harder you bang on the sticks, the faster everything will move, or the lighter you on the sticks, the slower they'll move. You got the IR game, the ability to shoot BBs, and all around just a super, super neat addition to the Heng Long lineup here with the S33 Tiger I. So now let's take it outside and have some fun. I really love the Tiger I, man. Taking them outside, it's just such a cool tank. It's one of my favorite tank models. It's just so classic. I really love the World War II era tanks in general, and this one with the camo scheme. I prefer this to the desert schemes of the North Africa that we have, but all around an absolutely joy to tank. If there was a first tank that I would recommend someone getting, it would be either a Sherman for the iconicness of it, but to pair it up with a Tiger I. This is just a beastly tank that does all the things you need it to do. When firing those BBs, they can fire really far. We could shoot, we're located here in a court, and we could shoot clear across the court. I mean, they will go really far. and all around just a fun game. Just be careful when you are shooting them. Don't shoot them at, I mean, it's not going to kill you or anything, but you know, it'll sting if you hit somebody, so definitely don't want to fire it at people. But all around, it is cool to try to hit targets and do target practice with. The IR game itself, also fun. If you have two tanks, when you do shoot one and to see it work, to get those hits and power someone's tank down is all around cool as well. But then just driving it over terrain. I mean, I love the suspension on these tanks. When you're driving over rocks or you're driving over sticks, you can really see that suspension work, and it tries to mimic the real life workings of it. And then all around, they're just absolutely fun to see them together and you know, drive them around. If you've never got an RC tank, I couldn't recommend picking up a Heng Long one as one of your first tanks. They are really beautiful additions, and even if you're not a fan of driving around outside here, a lot of guys buy these just for static displays because they are awesome to work with. We see so many customers sending us customizations. We here at Motion RC carry a full array of accessory parts, from barrel muzzles to all sorts of boxes and armaments and scale tank figures that you could add to these tanks to just really make them your own, and all around, couldn't recommend them anymore. So there you have it, guys. That's going to do it for the Heng Long Tiger I S33 edition, now available in the Pro or the upgrade. Both links are going to be in the description down below. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them on the down below this video. I try to answer as many as I can. If you want to help support Motion RC on YouTube, please click the like and subscribe button. That always helps us out. But if you want to help us out even more, head over to motionrc.com, pick up a brand new tank, or maybe you want an RC boat, an RC construction vehicle, an RC car, an RC plane, an RC helicopter. We've got them all, and we can't wait to serve you. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, we'll see you soon.